And we are live. Hello, everybody. First time in a month I'm saying welcome back to the incredible world of Bugz2Men. As per
Bugz2Men.
usual, I am Gary. Always excited to be here with my buddy Reggie.
What's up, my bros? It's Reggie back again after 2 episodes worth of being rescheduled. We're back with a news episode, so let me go ahead and push this back out to the interwebs.
Yeah.
Everybody out there. So let me just go ahead and do that real quick. That we are live. We are living. It's alive! It's alive! After 10,000 years, I'm free! That kind of situation right now.
I mean, my wallet's dead, but
yeah. Oh man, there has been so much news that's come on between here and now. Like this episode was originally we were going to be talking about gimmick figures, of course. Like we were set. But fortunately, there has been a schedule conflict, so this will be rescheduled, likely for July. Where I'm thinking that Gary will probably have to. You'll do your Power Rangers episode the first weekend of July, and then we'll probably push the writer talk that we had, which I believe was going to be GO, probably till August, or maybe we'll just make GO be like a mini episode or something that we record off schedule and just put up.
yeah, that could work.
It's live with episode 6.
Yeah, and then I'll
follow the link below. Not below-y. But yeah, guys, it's been so long. We had the artist episode originally scheduled, but unfortunately it is con season, so I have to reschedule that. So right. The artist episode will come back like a later date. So I'm hoping.
I forgot conventions were things.
Yeah, I had like a good lineup planned, but it's just unfortunately it's just timing. So, but yeah, we are in our our episode. Okay, I'll say the reason why we have 2 viewers is because I accidentally pressed it on my phone right now. But we're gonna hopefully have more people come in. If not, then whatever. We can just talk to. I mean, it's our show. It's our episode. We can do whatever the hell we want.
Except cursing, because cursing is a big no-no on YouTube.
Yeah, well, I just said help, so. But yeah, so guys, anybody that is watching today, we are going to be going over just some of the recent Kamen Rider news, as well as a little bit of Sentai news. So we're going to start off, of course, with the upcoming, crossover. It's one of the big things is, this is the 45th anniversary of Super Sentai. This is the 50th anniversary of Kamen Rider. So rather than do their separate little summer movies, they're making them into one. We are talking about Kamen Rider times Super Sentai, Superhero Kamen Rider Saber times Kikai Sentai, Zenkaija, Superhero Senki. Now let me go ahead and see if I can share the screen.
If need be, I don't know how to give you the power to screen share. Oh,
okay, there we go.
You got it.
I have the power. So as you can see, here is the poster showing off our cast of characters. Now we know that there are going to be a couple of returning cast members. Like, for example, I know that we do hear his voice, but I don't know that means 100% that he's going to be in it. We hear 01, of course, Aruto, and then we also see GO appear in the trailer. And of course, it's a crossover, so we're going to have the main characters. We have Toma and why am I blanking right now on? Oh, no. I know Zenkaiser. I watched Zenkaiser. I'm blanking on his name.
Zenkaiser.
Zenkaiser, yeah, just Zenkaiser for now. The plot of the movie has been shown that they're kind of like they swap worlds somehow. Like Toma ends up in the Zenkaiser's world, and Kaito ends up in the Saber world. Kaito, Gaon, Majin, and Rune all end up in Saber's world, and then Toma and Mei appear in the Zenkaiger world. I believe also Rintaro, but that may have been just a different thing that I saw in the video. But of course, like I said, we have returning cast. So let me just zoom in over here, and let me zoom in, or is that just, okay? It's not letting me zoom in any further. Oh wait, there we go. So of course we have Washi Pink, Rio Commander, Shinken Green, Deca Master, Kirame Blue, and 01 as some of the. It looks like they're going for swordsmen or sword wielders in a way. I mean, Rio Commander sticks out though because he has a purple dragon pimp staff, but it seems like they're going for mainly recurring, swords users or melee weapon users in this case. But yeah,
I'm more or
Green
less.
is the odd one out of this group, though. I mean, like, because he's farther back in terms of. Well, actually, no, Deca Master is farther back in terms of history. But then again, Deca Master, all you have to do is just get the suit.
And you need to make sure that Tetsuo Inada is free to voice. By the way, I just want to say something. I'm okay with the returning cast members, mostly because it's been a while since we've seen Chiaki, and I haven't watched Kira Major all that much, and I haven't really paid attention to Kira Major, so I don't. But isn't Pink voiced by Gokai Yellow?
Yeah, Mao.
And I had one other note I just wanted to make. I love how we have just Deca Match coming back because that suit is just fucking that suit is just still beautiful to this day.
Which suit? You kind of said like you were a bit jumbled when you said it.
Deca Master.
Oh, Deca Master. Yes. So of course we see like down here we have the saber and Kikaiger or no Zenkaiger. Kikaiger. Zenkaiger cast down here. Like, we see Slash, we see two Kaiser, yo-ho-hoy! We see Durandal, Kenzan, Majin, Buster, Gaon, Espada, Sabella, and Vroon. Which is weird that Sabella's up front. You would think that they would put Slash up front because, at this point in the series, Sabella and Durandal are more kind of like the sixth, if you would consider them, or the extras of the Northern Base at this point. It's really interesting, though, to see the returning Kamen Riders and Sentai. The returning Sentai, though, kind of makes sense because, well, we see in the trailer, because, these are the Sentai that each of the Zenkaigers are based off of. Like, obviously, we have Tyranno Ranger for Juran. We have Gal Red for Gaon. We have Boken Red for Vroon. Maji Red for Majin. And then, obviously, Gokai Red for Two Kaiser and Akaranger for Zenkaiger. So what I'm thinking is that we see them in the trailer holding the gear, the Gatlingers. So I'm thinking that what happens is possibly a Gokai chain situation, maybe for them. Like they all turn into their respective, like reds that they're supposed to be in the series, or somehow they get a hold of or somehow these reds get a hold of the Gatlingers, but.
I mean, I was just thinking, what if it's like a similar situation to the Go Kaiser vs. Go Busters movie, where the greater power of the Go Busters was they got Megazord keys? What if the greater power of the Zenkaigers is, I don't know, giving them the ability to Gokai change?
I mean, that could be a thing. I was going to say, like, Ranger Gears, but wait, no, we literally have that. That's the main thing for them. But what's also interesting is when we look at the returning cast for the Kamen Rider side. Obviously, time travel is going to be involved in this. We saw that there's supposed to reportedly be a younger Shotaro Ishinomori that, the main villain of the movie is targeting. So that makes sense for our usual time traveling boy, Deno, right over here, along with Geo. And then, of course.
Wait, why? So Jordan's coming back in another movie? I thought I told you, old man, you need to stop being in movies.
But, well, I mean, like up here in the corner, you see the Denliner and the group. So they're obviously going back in time again. Geo is also, time travel. Double and O's, my boys, are also coming back. It's likely that they're going to do the voices again. What I'm thinking that is if they can't get a hold of Ren Kiriyama or Masaki Suda for Double, they'll probably get their game voice actors instead. I know that in the Memory of Heroes, they switch up the voice actors for them along with the one for Eiji. Eiji was also Peacemaker just put up a point. Interestingly enough, Oma Gio's voice actor is on the cast list, but not Sogo. Oh, okay.
Peacemaker.
Which is weird
Peacemaker.
because
Who was Omegio's voice actor, out of curiosity? Because I've only seen the first. Well, originally I saw up to the Ozark in Geo, and now on my rewatch / main watch, I am up to the X8 arc.
That's the reverse, Gary. You're going in weird order. The X8 arc was before the O's arc.
No, I know, but I started the show over from the beginning again.
Oh, okay. I was like, wait a minute. I mean, yes, there's an X8 character in the O's arc, but but yeah, of course we have that seems pretty odd. But then again, from what it looks like, the context of the movie is that obviously time travel, manipulating and changing events. So maybe, yeah, maybe the Sogo that we see, even though we see him as Grand Geo, is supposed to be Omegio. Like maybe it was an alteration of the timeline situation again.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, two of the big things that we see right here are, of course, Kuga and Black. Now, they could, if they wanted to, maybe use Black in this movie to kind of also promo Black Sun. But
I didn't think of that.
they could possibly do that, say it's a time. I mean, I've been watching a lot of Loki lately, so it's
I have not watched Loki, although this
time
brings,
variance.
I actually have just a question. So I read on Twitter that the Ichigo suit in the picture in the little promo, that's the original deco for the suit. I didn't know Ichigo had another suit color.
Yeah, so Ichigo actually went through a various amount of different suit designs and colors, but the original color scheme is how he appears in the movie. So what we're more used to, the teal and then the silver boots and gloves, that's the more modern take on Ichigo, as more the later in the Kamen Rider original series, in comparison to the the more just kind of muted bluish green teal
Makes sense.
that you see him as right here. So what did interest me though is how long those antennae were. I didn't remember that his antennae were that long, but yeah. So this movie is gonna be pretty interesting. Yeah, July 22nd, I believe, is the actual release date. If not, that's the roadshow date. So yeah, it's gonna be our summer movie. It's gonna be replacing the usual format of the hour-long Kamen Rider movie and the 30-minute long Sentai movie, which is
So
essentially
it's pretty much. Although I had two other points I want to make about this poster. The first one being, it'll be very interesting for Black if they use I forgot his name, the actor who was in a lot of Hot Water recently.
They could, if they don't bring him back, they could probably use old voice clips. Honestly, that's probably how they're gonna go around that.
That's
I mean,
the
the biggest, one of the, I mean, if they wanted to bring him back to, I mean, obviously we're gonna get into the later year news later, but there is one of the actors on here, he did get a lot of flack when he had a kid out of wedlock, so but he still gets work, so because they're the entertainment industry, especially for kid shows, they're trying to be very family oriented, so
yeah,
that was something that they didn't like. But
my second point is, and this is just something that everyone's been talking about. If you can go up on the poster real quick to the top.
Oh yeah, I'm scrolling up.
This would be a great segue into our next topic. Those two writers.
If they are writers, too, is also a question. But what we didn't know is that there were a bunch of rumors about a certain upcoming Kamen Rider that would have a kind of dino theme, or at least looks similar to a dinosaur in a way. And if it's true, then that means that one of these two, likely, I'm hoping it's the pink and blue one up front, is Revice.
Levi's Haji. Oh wait, no.
That's Realize. I know. I did that too, Gary, when I first heard the name. But yeah, if so, these Kamen Riders look interesting. One of the rumors is that it's supposed to be another anniversary series, so another one Kamen Rider gimmick times another Kamen Rider. So the look of it, like, I think that's like kind of just, obviously this is the base form. I don't know if it has any other rider influence on it. If it does, I would kind of suspect, like, it's a dinosaur though, but I mean, the color scheme and the kind of the look of it makes me think Build, but nah, I don't think it would be Build. Really.
I mean, I'm just going to go off topic real quick. There's a card in Card Fight Vanguard called High Speed Bracky. I'll post this. I don't know if there's... Yeah, we do have a private chat, right? Give me 1 second. I'll post the card art. And because the first time we saw that, I was like, he looks so familiar.
I like his smile. The secondary, if that is the secondary rider, I mean, like, it does look kind of reptilian, but at the same time, I'm kind of getting werewolf vibes off of him. So I think it's just because of the points on the ear, like the points on the side of his head, kind of look like ears, and then I see the claws. The claw. But yeah, it's a very interesting duo.
Reggie,
really hoping we see a lot more.
If you check our private chat, you'll see the picture that I was talking about. The private chat on Streamlab.
Private chat? There's a private chat? Yeah. Where are you? Where's my mouse?
Yeah. You lost him in the war?
The war took my thumb. Okay, let's see if I can open this up without it closing. Okay, yeah, I see it. Definitely kind of looks like that guy.
if you want to throw it up on the screen, let the people of the interwebs see it.
Okay, let me try and open the link and then copy over the. So yeah, that guy. That does kind of look like our guy.
I mean, obviously, we're going to talk more about Rebuzz as like when the information comes out.
As things come out. Oh, that's a spoiler.
That's a spoiler.
That's well for this episode. But yeah, so if this does happen to be Rebuzz and a secondary rider, I'm really hoping we see more of them within Superhero Senki. I know that in the trailer we see that like Saber, Wild, and then I believe a Zenkaiger Megiddo are in that movie too as the main villains. Like, people were thinking like, oh, maybe they're another writers, or another, like, kind of like the another writer series. But if you look at the Saber world, it definitely looks like, it's a Saber book being monster on top of the body of, like, the basic, like, Kudax, I think is the name of the monster, or the foot soldiers in the series.
Yeah.
And then the Zenkaiger Megiddo definitely looks like a Megiddo. So, but yeah, this is of course Superhero Senki. Oh yeah, Psycho was in sword form. It would have been cool if if they swapped. Like if he let Saber hold the Gatlinger and then Zenkaiger was holding Psycho.
Yeah, that would have been cool.
50th anniversary times 45th anniversary. These two series I love so much. I'm glad that they're coming out with this movie. I really hope that we can see it ourselves. And this is gonna be interesting.
I'm all for it. Let's do it. Like, I just really want to know how they're going to top this movie, if at all.
Well, we'll find out at the 100th year anniversary and the 90th anniversary. No, wait, that doesn't double up. No, that's 95th. I am those like math problems that they teach you. Like my sister is like half my age. Now I'm twice as old. How old is she?
You're just gonna have no. It's called you're just gonna have the ghost of Ichigo come back.
So, speaking of, we're gonna go back to more Kamen Rider related news. Obviously, I didn't put the picture up here, but I'll find it later, or we'll still talk about it. But of course, CSMs, collect section modification. These things, the higher end collectible belts, they are actually coming out with another in November, It is of the guy who everybody seems to forget except for himself. It is Sakura Yuto's Zeronos belt.
I now, Reggie, I'm gonna be 100% real with you, my friend. I saw this. I looked at the price tag and I looked at the release month. I can't do it. I want it because it looks so beautiful, and I don't own the CSM.
It looks great, and yeah, I had the original Zeronos belt at one point, but I did sell it like a long time ago. But yeah, it like Den-O is a series that is kind of close to my heart. But yeah, I think I have to skip on it too. It's coming out too close. Like this is a November release, of course, so this is around the Black Friday holiday, and then I also have like relatives who also have birthdays around that time. So yeah, it's not doable. I would love to, but it's not doable. Of course, that's
Yeah,
November in
I would love
Japan.
to.
There
I would love
is,
to as well, but
if you go to any of
you know
Team
what?
Riders,
Oh,
like,
yeah, I think I lost Reggie.
what's up?
Are you there? No, hi.
Yeah, I'm still here.
All right, I'm just making sure. 'Cause on my end, you disappeared for a hot sec.
That's weird. Okay.
The, the mystery of the disappearing Reggie coming this fall to the CW. Um, I here's the thing that I've always said about CSMs. Some point in my life, I will own the Garen, the Blade, and the Den-O one, and now the Zeronis one. Um, they look cool. I've heard nothing but phenomenal things about all the CSMs,
hmm
but I've done a lot of realization lately that toys aren't the end all be all.
And you can pick and choose
Yeah,
as you go. You don't have to get everything. Like, if we did, we probably wouldn't be on this show right now. We'd probably be completely broke and not able to afford the equipment for the show. So,
yeah,
yeah, we're like I said, Zerona's belt really cool. But I feel like I can skip it. Right now, I think I should. I'm gonna try and focus more on main rider belts if I
yeah,
can for my collection. I mean, I did just get the Sengoku, uh, and like that's. I think that's. I'm gonna be either on a break from DX stuff for a while, or yeah. So, but yeah, the Zeronos belt though that November release date is only for the Japanese release. If you happen to pre-order with, like say one of Team Rider's partners like Collectibles or GameStop, I believe the release date for that is either December or January. But yeah, this as a smaller belt, obviously it only comes with the three Zeronos cards. One Altair, one Vega, and one Zero Form, and then the two Rider tickets or the two like zero liner tickets actually. This comes out to just like I believe in the $180 scale. So not bad,
yeah,
but still like a good chunk of things that you could probably skip out on. They also revealed, but it hasn't been priced yet, the complete selection modification move Den-O movie belt edition, which is of course Den-O wing form, Gao, and Kamen Rider Yuki, both the hijack and the skull form. So that's also interesting to see. I think that one would probably end up either around the same price as this, or maybe a little bit higher, just because those plates are what activate the sounds.
mm-hmm.
Because you just have the master pass for either of them, or the standard Denliner pass for Yuki and wing form. So yeah, I feel like maybe that one will end up becoming a little bit pricier. But yeah, those are the, of course, complete selection modification news that was announced. We haven't heard anything further on the CSM Typhoon belt, but they did reveal, and I wish I had picked up these image, Legend Rider series versions of the Typhoon and the Kuga Arkle belt. These are, more in the DX scale, or at least small, or maybe smaller too. I haven't seen, but those are more relatively affordable. Those are like in the $30-$40 range. So if you guys want to
Yeah,
go for those, you can go for those as well. Of course, if you're a heavier set guy like myself, you will
or
probably
me.
need, or Gary, you will need a belt extender, or if you're really handy with tools, maybe like what I do for most of my belts, use like elastic band, or maybe like do what one of my buddies did, and he used shoelaces to tie the ends of the belts together. But yeah, that's that's in terms of DX belt and that news. As you know, me, avid figure arts collector and photographer. So something that's and in the recent news, like obviously we're in June, so as of recent, they've released in terms of Kamen Rider Espada. He came out on the 17th, as well as Bravo King Durian arms. So if you guys have
I
pre-ordered those,
forgot that was a thing. To be honest,
they're cool. Like my buddy Prinny, shout out to you, man. I know a guy, and Prinny really wants to continue collecting the Gaim line of things, so he went for those. But yeah, in terms of other figure arts, so like we're upcoming to July, which is the release of Kamen Rider Naki, Zeronos himself and the Seiho line, and then Dragonic Knight from Saber. Yeah. And who else is out this month? I know that there's something else out this month, but I think that might be it. But yeah, of course, when we're talking Saber and we're talking 01, these are the who have been promoted. Of course, we already know about Psycho, Eden, Ikazuchi, and Caliber, Jowl Dragon. So Psycho and Eden are both out in October. Like Psycho is, of course, in his ex-swordsman state, so you actually have the physical figure, but you also have Psycho as his blade, because, he has the sword. You have Eden, the main villain of Real Time from Kamen Rider 01. He's coming out also at the same time, like I said, October. Jao Caliber, Caliber Jao Dragon. He and Ikazuchi are both coming out in November. So while I really love Jao Dragon, I'm fine with just having the original Jaku Dragon. They're both beautiful figures, but I don't think I need to.
I am insanely jealous of you, my friend. So I have a couple of thoughts about these, if I may.
Okay, of these four in particular, or you talking about all of these?
Mainly
just briefly before we get to your thoughts, just so everybody know, Buster's information is going to come out soon. His pre-order information is coming out in July, so he's likely going to see maybe a December, January release just based off that. Slash is of course promoted here as well. These two were shown off in the recent Tamashi event, so as well as Decade Complete Form 21. But as of we know right now, Buster is likely going to be the next one that's going to be up for pre-order, and then these two will probably come at a later date. But yeah, so this was in a recent case that they put on display at Tamashi Nations, so that's why we have this picture. So, Gary?
Okay. Thank you, Reggie. I'm standing here, or I'm sitting here in my room. I was trying to be a news reporter. Anyway, so I love how on DK21 they actually went the extra mile, and they actually did molding and painting for the cards on his cape.
I'm pretty sure what they did was they took the pre-printed cards that they had from Decade and the End and just glued them on onto that cape.
No, I do have a question. Is that cape fabric, or is that molded hard plastic?
So when it comes to Jao Dragon, they showed, of course, his promo picture since he's already out for pre-order. Jao Dragons appears to be that soft rubbery plastic that they been using. Decades is likely going to be what they did with Prime Rogue and just have a single, or Prime Rogue and Wasginga, where it's just a single piece of vinyl fabric, and then just add the cards onto it, so it's just hooked onto two spots.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, it's not going to be wired and articulated some of the Marvel releases, which is weird. You think that by now they're both the same toy company, they would make
it. If you have SH Figure Arts Omnimon that has a really weird 3-headed stand adapter that you can use hose the cape. On honestly, as I said during our figure arts episode, I am not a figures collector all that much.
Mm-hmm.
And you and I was like, budget probably gonna be about $115 if I had to guess after like middleman fees and everything with retail collectibles. I will probably pre-order it.
For Buster.
Yeah, because it'll hit around the time of my birthday and Hanukkah, and I could justify it. And
Why is
plus,
he so? Why is he so thick? The thickness, thick.
and
And
plus,
I like how they actually made him bulky. Because like a lot of like bulkier characters that they've done in previous years, like they were all still very like lean.
yeah. I
So
mean, another thing that I really just dig overall is the fact that they're doing Slash and they're doing Psycho. Although all three of those are for P Bandai, right?
yeah, it's likely what's gonna happen is that like how most recent writer releases have been. They've typically done like the main writer and the secondary as retail, and then the others as
Yeah.
premium slash, like with Kamen Rider, like figure arts. Obviously, they haven't been fully imported in the states yet. You still have to go through like a kind of a middleman service, or like one of the like Bandai Tomodachi Nation's partners to get one of them. So someday, we hope they're a little more
Yeah.
available. I know I was like in a Target the other day and I saw Goku.
Yeah, I was gonna say, have you been to Targets recently to find like Gundam kits are there too now?
Yeah, they've actually put in a lot more Gundam kits there. I got like a sprue clip or clipper or whatever it's called. Like yeah, so this is these are of course very interesting to see. Um like we also had of course the reveal of the 50th anniversary version of Ichigo. I'm really hoping that actually sticks through because I really want an Ichigo again. That's not the original. There's also Shadow Moon, who got revealed to say, "Ho." He also appears to also have those kind of rubber parts that Black does have. So I'm a little just like, don't really know if that's worth the risk. And then what was I thinking of? I just blanked. But yeah, those were the recent like other reveals that we had. I mean, oh yeah, the for this month's and because like Kamen Rider's 50th anniversary, they did like special anniversary like reveals each month. So January was Oma Geo, February was Orthos Vulcan. Uh, March was actually the Satan Saber from Black, Shadow Moon's weapon. Uh, April was Eden. May was Jowl Caliber, and then for June's reveal, it's surprisingly enough, it's the 50th anniversary re-releases of Kuga and Zero One. So, if anybody's missed out on either of them, it looks like the Kuga they're using the Decayed, paint job. So that would be like the more metallic Kuga.
Yeah.
So those will be releasing again. I'm not sure if those are going to be P Bandai, if there's going to be retail, but either way, keep an eye out for those. If you guys want to, get the first riders of each era.
I mean, that's awesome that they're gonna reissue like 01 and Ichigo. Although my question is, for 01, are they gonna include any accessories, or are they just straight re-releases of the ones that got
It's
released?
likely going to be a straight re-release and repackage with branding for the 50th anniversary. Because I mean, when we had that that event that happened, what they did was they put up pre-orders for a re-release of Double and Go. But from what we saw on Go's accessory plate, it was just a release of Go, no G-Con grade, nothing like that. So that's unfortunate. But if anyone wanted a Go, hey, you got a Go. So.
Okay. Yeah, those are my thoughts on the figures. They look cool, and I wish I could afford all of them because see, it's one of those things where it's like I wish I had like $50 billion that I could be like, hey, all the figures coming out that I want, buy them all. No need to worry about financial repercussions.
Yeah, well, like I said, it's just a pick and choose at this time. I mean, it'd be great to get all, but yeah, just pick and choose who you want.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that is it for our Kamen Rider news.
No.
I mean, obviously we have.
I wanted to talk about the figure as model kits.
Oh yeah, dang it! I forgot to pull up the pictures for those.
But
But
I actually have them. I'll share my screen. But I wanted to bring up
okay, yeah.
also.
Let me stop my share then.
Peacemaker says my wall belongs to Soto right now.
Soto is a nice alternative. I definitely want to do another episode with Frozen Stratos whenever we can get him on to talk about Soto.
Well,
because I know that he is active.
We also have to grab Josh because it's contractually obligated.
There. But yeah, so as Gary was saying, Figure Rise Standard, like the most recent release that we've had was Ryuki. I still need to find one because, that would be my stand in for a figure art. I know that he's still pre-orderable on Amazon, but I'm just going to hold off until I actually see one in public if I can. But of course, we did have revealed for September back then. We had Agito and Forze. And then recently there is one that I'm excited for because it's my favorite. But Gary's pulling up the pictures right now.
Yeah, give me half a sec. I need to go and go to fix up screen recording on my laptop real quick through my settings.
But as you guys know, I'll keep talking then. Just a little background history on Figure Rise Standard. Figure Rise Standard is a model kit series, also made by like the same people, same branch of Bandai that does Gunpla and entry grade kits. Figure Rise Standard, they've started delving high into Kamen Rider. There originally was the Figure Rise line that had Kabuto and Axe and Fies. And then also the larger scale Figure Rise, which was doubles, Cyclone Joker, Heat Metal, Luna Trigger, Fang Joker, and then O's Tatable Combo, as well as Ichigo. Those were the Master Grade series where they were 1/8 scale rather than 1/12. But as of recently, we've had almost all the basic double forms. We had X-Save, we had Gem, and whoa.
Sorry, I
Inception.
All right, so I wanted to bring up one that looks really cool that isn't Rider related.
Okay.
Dukemon
/ Gallantmon. I like how they put Dukemon / Gallantmon because, as you know, Dukemon was the original name in Japan, but then they changed it to Gallantmon in America. So that's kind of cool that they did put that on the box. So
they're also doing one based on the X antibody from a movie for Omnimon, which might grab. But the reason why I want to bring this up is because
what's really cool about these is that they're stylized. They're not based off the original look. Yeah. But they're they're not supposed to represent the X antibody or anything like that. They're just highly stylized.
Yeah, you can mess around with the look of the shield and the sword. I mean, and the spear.
Lance
spear. Also, they announced Batman's coming.
Why would they do Batman?
Because why not?
Swear to me. So, and, there is my boy.
I saw this and this ready. You know if that is, I retweeted it.
Figure I said it. Oh yeah, actually, Josh Shinken Red, he actually tweeted at me first. I was just my boy, which is cool. This is awesome alternative. O's does have an updated counterpart as Shikocho Seiho line, but that is of course a little bit more pricier. One thing to note about these Figure Rise Standard is that they are more closer in line to American scale when it comes to action figures, so they're a little bit taller. There is a mod that people have done where they kind of trim the torso down a bit just so they can fit in with figure arts. I did that with my Hibiki, and I'm going to do that with Fies when I get that from my buddy. But this is a nice alternative though if you happen to collect American figures and you do want something with the accessories. One thing that does kind of concern me is that if you look at the hands, if you can zoom in on the hands, Gary, that looks that they're using that the back panel of the hand is painted, but the fingers aren't. So those are all stickers. That's gonna be a big pain, but I'm gonna just grab some paint.
What you mean, like the yellow backs?
Yeah, because if you let me get my Seiho or one of my Seihos real quick. So
Go ahead.
if you look at how his hand is designed, he has yellow on his fingers, and like obviously there's a different. It's here on YouTube.
No, because I was going to check the things. I don't.
Oh, this is like Inception of Inception of Inception of Inception.
Sorry.
Like, what the heck, Gary?
Oh, sorry. Here, I'll go back here because I can't see the hand then.
Yeah, but like I said, so the hands obviously they have yellow on the fingers, so that makes me fearful that there's gonna be stickers for those.
The way that Gundam normally does when using this as a template, because they're both done by Bandai, the back of their hands aren't painted; they're their own piece.
Yeah, but like I'm saying, the fingers though, the fingies. You can see they're all black.
Yeah, that's fair. What I will say is, I love how there's 4 different cell metal effect parts included.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna grab some of those to use for my pictures with the Seiho, and then with this, this is a cool alternative. I'm not sure when exactly it releases. Does it show it on the site?
Check. Yeah, it's in December. It's $38.
So if anybody wants to give me anything for Christmas,
I might. I got you, possibly. Yeah, see how the rest of the year goes.
I love this. I love O's. O's is my favorite series. If I didn't use the O's shirt for like our past few episodes, I would wear it again. But yeah, so this is a very interesting entry, and what I think there's maybe another picture there, Gary, where it shows that it's capable of doing something else. I'm not sure if it's on there.
It's not on here, but I wanted to just say something also. The Takatora Bato, like the logos, those are painted. They're not stickers.
I know, that is wonderful. Because when you had like say for example Hibiki is one of them. Like his the Ongeki buckle, like that was supposed to be stickered. But like really the driver itself is stickers, but his belt.
Reggie, sorry to interrupt, my friend, but we have more pictures.
Oh wow, that is see, look at that, guys. That is amazing. Because like on the figure art, it is painted, obviously. I think the only figure art that I know of that had stickers before that came with stickers was actually Drive Type Formula, which is unfortunate for anybody who ordered that.
so I've heard, but at least with this is all painted, so you don't have to worry about like
messing up on the stickers. It being that is a nice promo pic.
Oh yes.
Let's go down. Okay, the metals. Are the metals also? Are the metals also painted?
Yeah, it looks like it.
Wow, and because if you it's not gonna be on this one, but if you look at the ones that you get with the Seiho, they are painted, but they are translucent in the back, or like translucent paint, so you can see through them. Those look like they're just a standard, paint through, which is good because that lets you see the details of the metals a lot closer. And that's what I was gonna say. That's what I was gonna talk about. So of course, the Senkocho Seiho line, the original wasn't able to do it, but it looked like there was a possibility if you could, because you could take off the chest symbols and like if you took off the glue enough and then swap them around. But of course, the Seiho is able to do the combo change as well. But it looks like that this one takes it a little more in depth, and you're able to do a combo change with this. I mean, obviously it's a model kit, so it's going to have to be able to tear apart. But with that is interesting. I was kind of joking with the guys in the Tokyo Nation chat, like, watch you get figurized Sagozo before we get figure forts Sagozo.
I'm all for it. I also think what's cool is for anybody who's on the fence about getting these are proto figure arts in terms of articulation.
Yeah, they still actually it looks like that with this one they go back to the double jointed elbows.
Yeah.
Can you there looks like they're still, because obviously with these the Seiho, they did include like a new form of elbow joint which has like an additional swivel. This looks like it's back to just the stand, at least in the figurized standard line. This is back to the double jointed elbow after I know Hibiki didn't have a double joint elbow. I don't think Decade have a double joint elbow either. I'm not sure if I haven't checked out Ryuki, but I don't think he had a double joint elbow. I think they went back to the single joint, which is kind of cool because it still could do like a 90-degree angle, but it's not enough for certain action poses and stuff like that. So this will be a very interesting alternative for those who weren't able to get the Shinkocho Seiho O's.
I got mine for $17 thanks to Chris.
12. So
next rider is yeah. So if you're on the fence about getting these, there's one other figure story I wanted to bring up, but also they're doing a new War Greymon apparently. Which
Gary, what's that below it?
Oh yeah, this thing, Kuga's bike.
The Tri Chaser. Okay, that's gonna be, guys. That's actually pretty huge because that is the first ever Figuarts Standard vehicle that they've done for Kamen Rider. So if you have the Figuarts Standard Kuga and you're on the fence about getting the Figuarts Tri Chaser, which is bikes on the aftermarket right now for Kamen Rider are pretty high. So that might be your best bet if you wanted to go with that.
I'll get back to that in 1 second. I just want to remind people, Forza is coming out. Agito's
coming out in September. I have my... Well, actually, no, Agito's coming out in July?
Yep, Agito's next month. Forza is September.
Okay, Agito I thought was... because they both were listed at the same time, so I thought they were both released at the same time, but...
No.
Okay, Agito's coming out in July. Oh, fun fact about Agito, his paint job is also, like, premium paint, so it's not like all the gold parts are molded and painted in gold.
Can I bring up his product, please?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can.
Of course you can. You're the one controlling the screen right now.
Yeah, I can. You're right, Reggie. Right, yeah, but unlike O's, there's not a lot of pictures, but...
It's probably because, he's been revealed for a while now, and O's is brand new, so that's probably what they do on the website, is just show off Osmini. But yeah, like, as you can see, he can switch between his standard antenna, or I guess crown horns, to his rider kick one.
I will say this also. I want to talk about this in a second, but Figuarts Standard does Digimon. They do Kamen Rider. They do DBZ, which is how I discovered the line, and I think they're also going to start experimenting to do Ultraman.
Yeah, they're doing Ultraman. If you are afraid of stickers on figures, don't look at Soto Cross Saber. So, fun fact, Peacemaker, our guest that was supposed to be on this episode, he actually wants me to repaint his RKF Saber to Cross Saber, and I'm not looking forward to that. I mean, I am, because it's going to be a challenge, but I'm just not looking forward to that.
Also, real quick, Digimon point before I go back to Tri Chaser. Reggie, did you see this?
Whoa.
Behold.
Metal Garurumon black version. Well, that actually, I like the effects on the wings.
Yeah, those come with the regular one. I need to buy this. I have Black Greymon.
It's too bad you can't break them apart and then make Black Omnimon.
Reggie, you're gonna give Bandai more ideas of how to kill my wallet.
I've already given them enough ideas.
I mean, let's be real here. I said I'm not buying any more Kingdom figures outside of Wing Finger. And what does Hasbro do? They announced a new Transformers movie with more Beast Wars characters.
Yeah, that's not gonna be fun.
So let's talk Tri Chaser real quick.
Yeah, Tri Chaser. So Kuga's bike. I feel like that maybe because they're doing this. Let's try and see if we can get some close-ups on the bike itself. See if we can. Okay. Does it look like there's any ports or anything on there? Because what I'm thinking is what they could do is also make at some point a Figuarts Standard Gorum to connect to it.
The only kind of ports I could see are the ones inside.
Okay. So maybe they aren't going to do that, but that's pretty cool though that they are making bikes. Because this, like I said, aftermarket on bikes for Kamen Rider is like insane. At points, it depends really on the bike itself. Like Kiva's bike, because it came with the throne and the violin, it like came out originally, I think, at 9,000, 7,000, 9,000 yen.
Mm-hmm.
Now it seems to be dropping down a bit on the aftermarket, but still it's pretty pricey. Like Laser was like, just like in the 6,000 range, and then like now he's like, you can find him, I think, roughly around the 12,000 yen range on the back market. So
Yeah.
it's like, oh.
I will say this much. I'm not big into getting Kamen Rider bikes for the simple fact that while they look cool, I don't have the room for them.
Makes sense. I mean, with plus, like, in later Rider bikes, they release them with their accessories and weapons, and
yeah,
well, actually, they started that trend with Build, if I recall correctly. Was it? Yeah, Build was the first one that came out with weapons and accessories, and like different alternate hands for the rider. And then obviously we had Geo, but then we didn't have any bike for 01. We don't have any bike for Saber, so it's like, okay, they just started releasing the extra accessories with the secondary rider at that point.
yeah.
So
This is out October. It's $39.60 before tax. Gundam. Let me check Gundam Planet while we're here, because I want to see what they have for pre-order. And then we'll shift to the other topic that I really want to talk about. So they have Forza, they have all the logos.
the rider logos. I have to at some point I have to grab them, but at this point I'm just like, I can probably do without.
They have Agito, Axe Form, Rod.
Axe Form and Axe, Rod, and Gun. That's very special because like they're also able to switch back to the platform. That's why they did it for the Deno release. So it's kind of cool that you get to have like you can even do 4 platforms at once.
There's one thing to keep in mind though, at least for kits like Double and I think Agito and Ryuki as well. There's a metallic sticker underneath the eyes.
Yeah. Hibiki did that too.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah, the figure I was listening to Hibiki. But there's also like PK. There is you got Amazing Mighty, Rising Mighty, figure out your Hibiki, like Ricky said. CJ, you have the double kits, you have Gates. I will say something about Gem, and I said this during our figure arts episode, because I remember I was actually listening to that yesterday when I was working, because when you're working, there's something better to do than to listen to yourself talk. All these purple lines are stickers, and those were not fun to put on. Although if you need wall art, I highly recommend you buy a couple model kits because they look the wall. You won't be able to see it. Actually, you might be able to if I start sharing my screen right now. Stop screen. So back here is a master grade model kit box, and I have over here on this wall, I have model kit boxes and like every TCG trial that I've bought since I was a kid that I still have boxes for. So they make great wall art. Anyway, Agito is $100 minimum if you can find it for the
Seiho, I believe.
Oh, the Seiho?
Yeah, because I got mine for like 40 from somebody who was selling it on Mercari.
Actually, Peacemaker, you're still here. How bad are the stickers on Cross Saber? That's what I want to know, because I've heard mixed things about Soto stickers in general. And I like to live vicariously through others, just like, hey, you guys have way more money.
It's all sticker. Wow. So is it like a base blank Saber and then you have to put everything on it? Oh, okay. Check the Bandai Candy Toy blog.
I'm on it.
Okay. Try to pull it up here. But yeah, so while Gary's looking for that,
you want to talk? Yeah. You want to talk about one Sentai topic?
Yeah. So, while this is a Kamen Rider show, I mean, except when Gary hijacks it, we do want to talk about we do want to talk about a special thing that's coming out. So obviously, it is the 10th anniversary of one of my favorite Sentai in terms of design. Uh, like I mean, I do have a character I love in there, but yeah, on character I love the voice in there. But yeah, so they are coming out with, you know, Kaizoku Sentai 10 Gokaiger, which is the 10th year anniversary movie that's coming out, and to tie with that, they are releasing a memorial edition of the Mobirates, as well as a 50 or a 35 Sentai plus Aka Red Ranger Key set. Now these are both due in December. Well, the key set actually sold out, so it will be due in
January.
January if you get order now afterwards. But yeah, the Memorial Mobirates, obviously they've changed some things. I grabbed my original, but I left it over there. But yeah, they changed some of the plating on it. They changed how they did the switch for the power on it. They're taking off obviously the whole Bandai, like made by stickers that they have on there. And the Ranger keys themselves, actually, they follow the one-click Ranger key set ability to, you just press something to flip it up. Only instead, you don't see the big intrusive button on the side like you did with that set. It's like all like compact now, so you just have to when you have it in your hand, you just flick the key and it'll flip up. So the memorial, the Memorial Mobirates comes out to about, I believe, 10,000 yen.
And then
it comes with the main 5 Gokaiger and also have their voice lines in it as well as guys. So I'm hoping that means we're also going to get a Memorial Gokai Cellular, but we'll see. And then the Memorial Ranger Key set, is from Aka Ranger up to, Gosei Red and Aka Red. And that comes out to, I think it was
that
50.
Comes out to so if it's funny, I was talking to my friends about this. If you from Togo Leftos right now, if you get both the Memorial Ranger Key set and the Mobirates, you're looking at about $350 for everything.
Oof, that's a lot.
And one of my friends has already pre-ordered both, and I'm like, you are a savage individual.
Yeah, like I'm not gonna go all in on that stuff. Maybe
I know,
the Mobirate, but that's dependent on
Living Ranger.
On things
friend of the show, Living Ranger Key, has already sold his soul, and I know real quick, Peacemaker also says Soto Pop on Twitter has breakdowns as well for Soto. Yep, I know. But getting back to this, I remember. So I was with my friends last Friday, and I got a text from Shenix saying, "I just watched a man die on camera and come back to life." I'm like, "What are you talking about?" They announced the Mo Pirates, and Josh lost his mind.
So Josh probably had the same reaction I had when the CSM driver came out. So
I think, yeah. I mean, here's the thing. It was probably the same reaction I had when they announced CSM Blade was coming out, because when CSM Blade came out, I lost my mind. Then I looked at the price tag and I calmed down significantly faster.
But yeah, so if you guys happen to be Sentai collectors, another cool thing about the keys is that they're not going to be in that, or the key part itself is not going to be molded in that very light gray plastic. It's actually be, I think it's either molded in silver plastic or painted silver. So I'm hoping for the former, because if it's the latter, those keys can probably get scratched up a lot and the paint will fade. So I'm hoping it's the former.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is incredible that they're doing these memorial type series. I mean, I'm hoping that, we did the last memorial that we had, or it came to actually being labeled as memorial, because we had the Super Sentai Artisan line of, we had the Artisan, like Doron Changer from, I think that was Kamen Ranger.
We had
the Super the Dino Buckler from Ranger. We had the
the SP license and
the Deca Ranger licenses,
and the Deck Master license from Deca Ranger,
the Fire Squad license as well. So those were Super Sentai Artisan, but when it came to Memorial Series, we had a Memorial VS Changer with, the Patron Ichigo and Lupin Red change your devices.
Mhm.
We had the memorial Yusol Ken, which is someday. That's a goal someday. I love.
From what I've seen online, that thing is massive. I actually had another Sentai story I wanted to cover in the world of Monocles before we jump back to Soda for a hot second. That's cool with you.
Yeah, but like I said, this is gonna be the third entry in the memorial Sentai series. You know, we always have memorial Kamen Rider stuff, so this is cool if they keep it going on. I'm really hoping that they do, because we can see like a lot of cool things coming out of this. But yeah, so Gary, here I'll stop sharing the screen and you can talk about
actually,
your
I had a question to ask you, my friend. In the world of Memorial Sentai item, what are your top two that you would love to see?
If they could, I mean, you know, my favorite Sentai is Machi Ranger, so if they could get the Machi phone, or if they could do somehow Woolzard's Shield and Sword, that would be amazing.
I'm right. I'm right there with you. I want a new Machi phone, and as much as I love Bowcanger, there's only so much you can do with the Go-Go Changer and the X Cellular that you don't have with your DX toy.
You get Silver's like metal detector staff thing.
Do you want me to have a heart attack? Do you want our dear friend Misty to lose her shit?
Do I want to stir chaos today?
So last time you were here, last time we did an episode, I actually stirred a little bit of chaos. I told Sentai 5 I have this.
Wow.
I got for 37 shipped off of Collectibles. But my two are, what's it called? Maji, and I want to see Sentai Q Ranger for the simple fact that I remember hearing reports. If you have the Size Blaster on your hand, you might break your wrist because it's made for tiny children and not adults. So I would love to see like a proper adult,
a proper size Blaster. Oh, what if they did a proper size Useda? U Commander's Kane. That would be it.
Now, Reggie, I have a question. If they did a proper size Draco Ryu Commander Kane, would you walk that? Would you walk around your town with that? Just be like, yeah, I'm a pimp.
Well, you can tell by the way I use my walk on my walls. There's no time to talk.
Okay,
yeah,
so
I would.
I want to jump to this quick Sentai topic.
Okay.
Share screen. So in the interim of the past couple of months, Bandai was like, "Hey guys, we're gonna do more Sentai Mini Claw under the Shokugan Modeling Project banner now. They're doing Gal Ranger now. Gal King sold out in their own minutes, and then I had a pre-order of an Ami Ami, and then I was like, I don't want it anymore, so I canceled it.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to talk about Gal Muscle. Because, dear Lord, it looks fantastic. Big Bad, last I checked, had pre-orders up for the set. It's $182 after shipping and everything.
Wow.
Yeah, it looks pretty. And as much as I would love to own a posable Gal Muscle, I can't justify it. Anyway, what were you going to say, my friend?
I was saying, there was also a teaser image of Gal Icarus, if I recall correctly.
I thought that got debunked, and that was just a really nicely painted custom of the original one from 2002. Could be wrong.
I don't know. I just saw a picture of it the other day. So is it real or is it fake? But at the same time, I'm like, the only Sentai Mini Claw I have right now is Zenkaio Jiran Gaon, so it's like, I'm okay.
I had, let's see, which ones do I have? I have Astro Megazord, Delta Megazord, Grand Liner, 2 Liner Boys, 2 Victory Robos, and on my desk at work I have Daizujin, and I also have a Kakure Dai Shogun and Muteki Shogun as well. Now, if they announce, yeah, guys, the next one we're doing is Bokenger, I'm screwed because
Let it go, let it go, let it go.
Okay, so let's talk Soda real quick. Yeah,
That looks that looks like sticker for sure. That's too clean to be.
Now wait, so when they say it's all stickers, does that mean like all the bluest stickers, like this stuff?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
That's depressing.
Oh, okay. Peacemaker said, yeah, the image was faked and somebody's custom. The next release should be Gal Hunter, based off the teasers of the block. Like, okay. Thanks for clearing that up, Peacemaker. Yeah, because I wasn't quite sure about that.
Peacemaker, you are the best. Thank you so much, my friend. But yeah,
We should get Peacemaker on the show sometime.
Yeah, there's a bunch of people I want to try to get on with this show. I'm not a fan of this suit in general.
I'm going to like it. It's just I mean, I like the idea that they were going with that it's meant to kind of resemble like Stronger Charging Up. Just be a slight color variation of the original suit. Like, I wish the guy in charge tried. They went through a clear glitter version, a different paste paint, but nothing worked out. Oh, okay. Here we have all of the main three Seikens right there. What is that?
Because this is a connection part where the same in the play, the holy sword is like flying in the air, so this is like a stand attachment.
Oh, okay.
Buster's ready to go.
Gekido, Hayate, and Suzune.
I gotta get caught up on Saber. I'm a couple episodes behind on Saber and Zenkaiger.
Okay, and shows a picture of Crimson Saber versus Cross Sabers. Crimson Dragon versus Crimson Saber.
Crimson of the... Is it Crimson? Yeah, it is Crimson Dragon, you're right. I do like the shade of metallic blue that they used.
Crimson Dragon, Golden Alangina, and Fantastic Lion.
And then...
Okay, so it looks like it's original Saber. We have... that's a previous release. So this is like Saber, King Arthur.
You have What's-Her-Face.
Sabella, and then another Psycho with his different configurations. Like swordsman.
Sabella looks nice, I'm not gonna lie. But I love the King Arthur half. And then something like Ryuki.
The premium line.
Now, what's the difference between the premium line and the regular line? That's what I want to know.
Probably the same thing as most things, like paint rather than sticker. Or like more paint than sticker in comparison.
Reggie, I'm an idiot.
Or Greymon.
No, because when we were covering Figure Eyes earlier and I was looking at like why they're doing this, I was like, oh wait, these aren't the amplified versions, these are the regular versions. These are dope.
Okay, for Yuki, the writers are retail and the mirror monsters are P Bandai.
Don't remind me, I really, really, really wanted them and I can't afford them. I will stop sharing my screen computer. Stop sharing.
But yeah, guys, that was it for our news segments in terms of, Japanese toku. I mean, obviously, if you're watching American toku, Dino Fury's episodes are appearing on Netflix now. So catch those. I haven't watched them yet, but I probably will.
I haven't watched the 3 new episodes, but I've seen clips. I will say this. Dino Fury is going into very interesting places. And that's all I'm going to say about that. I'll probably, because we're doing a Power Rangers episode in about 2 weeks here on Bugz2Men. And I need to just double check with the 3 guests that they're all available that day. I'll probably do that later in the week.
Okay.
I will say this much: we will have our second 2-time guest.
So, Mr. Fives is coming back on?
I can't. I cannot reveal that to you, my friend.
Well,
I can tell you after the show ends.
well, we've had Jem, we've had Carl, we had Sono. You had 5 on your episode.
Shit. 5, if you watch this, thank you again for appearing. Jem, thank you guys both for appearing. You guys are the best.
Carl, Sono.
Oh!
I love those guys. Like, honestly, we just need another convention where we're all in the same area. We can just hang out.
Rangers Out 2022 is where I'll probably end up seeing everybody again because I'm not sleeping out to I can't chill back to California next year. I have a wedding like a couple weekend, like the weekend before the weekend of PMC, and I am a groomsman.
Yeah, I don't know if PMC would be something I'd go to again. To be honest, like it was fun the first time around, but at the same time, I know everybody else is kind of like hesitant to go back. So we'll talk about that after. So everybody that's watching, thank you for watching. Like we said, next episode is in 2 weeks. That'll be a Power Rangers theme episode led by Gary. I'm going to be out of town again. But then afterwards, 2 weeks after that, we're likely going to have our gimmick figure episode with Dresden Nova. Again, we're completely understanding if whenever we request a guest and if they're unavailable, but it's just a matter of rescheduling. Yeah. That's how life is, like not everything can be set in stone. But until then, everyone, hope you guys have a great time, and we'll catch you later.
Peace out, Cub Scouts.
Who's a Cub Scout?
I'd be the one to end the broadcast. Later.